now let me introduce Kevin and let him come on up here because he is going to be doing a little demonstration for us. So this is a person that everybody probably in this room has seen many, many times on television. He's written books, he's done all sorts of things, and he's going to be making pralines for us today. You've never done that before, have you?
No, this is actually my first time today. and today, well, I had to have breakfast. And you know what's interesting is like Sue says, you know, to be able to judge folks like that. It's not a judging. I am just happy to eat. That's the great thing, because Frank said it's all about visiting over food. And you know, one of the things about pralines, you know, in France, the gentleman's name was pronounced pralines. He basically took almonds, dipped them in sugar to eat for dessert. Said it was good for his digestion. At some point, he started cooking the sugar mixture. And when he started cooking the sugar mixture, this allowed the sugar to recrystallize around the almonds. Chefs get here to the new city. We didn't have almonds. So the candy they made over in France was actually a hard candy crusted, all right, that was dropped as a child for y'all that don't know me. I apologize. But it was a candy coated almond with a hard crust on it. So when the chefs got here, they said, hey, give us almonds, we'll show you a new dessert. And they're like, well, we have pecans. Because we had so many pecan trees, they used pecans instead of almonds. And then we grew so much sugar cane, they used the cane sugar to make them, and they had a little bit of cream to it to cream it out. So still today in France, they still have that praline. When you ask for a praline, it's that hard sugar-coated candy almond. But here in the city, we know now that creamy, smooth praline, that's what become known as a more popular praline. So this recipe is really sweet and simple. Basically, 1.5 cups of white sugar, 3/4 cup of light brown sugar, 1/2 cup of milk, 6 tablespoons of butter, splash of vanilla. You know, a lot of times grandmothers made this with evaporated milk. Evaporated milk, half and half cream. You know, if you have a goat in the backyard, you could throw it up on the counter and get your 1/2 cup. You know, and whatever milk that's in the fridge, okay? Goat milk, buttermilk, rice milk. You know, these days everybody has tries to get as much protein as possible. So, you know, I've done it with soy milk. I've done it with different things. And you know, this is low carb. Well, when you're cooking below sea level, within 3 miles of a major river, and it's for a good cause. Where we are today is a good cause. No calories in the food. Plus you have to stir with your right hand, you have to be over 6'6" and over 300 pounds. That's just little trivia, you know, but everybody can get there. So we're gonna cook this to a soft ball stage, 240 degrees. Kenny, come on in. You know, y'all don't have to stand by the door. You can come in. You know you're gonna eat candy, so come on in. If you're gonna eat, you can't eat outside the door. I'm sorry. Liz, was that too much?
No, not
Oh,
me.
okay. Well, I didn't, you know,
I'm pretty flexible.
And can we talk about kitchens for just a second? Can we talk about heights of things in kitchens for just a moment?
You can turn the light on if you want.
I mean, I thought this was a speaker. Hello, test 1, 2. It's, I mean, this is cute. I feel precious now, like having to cook really under a hood. Because most of the time I can't fit under a hood. But it works, all right? So basically, when this starts boiling, the bubbles dance on the top. It'll rise in the pot and start to blip, blip, blip. It roughly cooks for roughly about 3 minutes, okay? Often grandmother kept a glass of cold tap water. Now everybody keeps candy thermometers. Candy thermometers are in that drawer in the kitchen like that roller coaster ride, slamming back and forth, back and forth. Best place for a candy thermometer is up in the cabinet. On the shelf in the cabinet, it's not gonna get knocked around, okay? Here, we're just using cold tap water, where we'll drop some in, reach in, stick it to the side of the glass. If it adheres, it's cooked enough. If it drops to the bottom, we have to cook it longer. You're gonna see it, you're gonna see it. Come on, baby. So does anyone have any questions? The reason I asked you here today, I'm sorry. Y'all are just staring at me. Why? Y'all are just looking. They got food y'all can eat over there. You don't have to wait on me to do this. All this pressure. Well, you know, when you bite the halves in half, however they come out, once you bite them and chew them up a little bit, however they come, it's you know, just put them in, and that gets any salt off of them if they have a little salt on them. Pecan halves are pretty. They're a little tougher to spoon out. I like the pieces. I use like a medium crushed pecan. What do you like? You like that medium crush? I gotta tell you something. I can't go eat at Brightson's because this man has a lemon tart on that menu. The lemon creme brulee. See, once I get past lemon, it's all over. And that table is gone because I just pass out after I eat it. One bite and I just kind of go out. Yeah. But you know, the pecan halves, it saves on family arguments to use the pieces. You know, Uncle Frank wants to know why he has 2 pieces of pecan, Uncle Bill has 6. You know, so now you got Christmas morning 2 men rolling around each other, biting each other, knocking down the Christmas tree. It's not pretty. So the pieces are just easy to spoon out. And you can see how, as this starts to boil, the bubbles are just dancing on the top. It'll rise and start to bloop. And then, like I said, it roughly boils for about 3 minutes, but you feel it start to get thicker and you're stirring, okay? Now, once we have it cooked to the right temperature, we can put in different flavors. If you like chocolate, a cup of chocolate chips, or 2 handfuls of chocolate, if you have a normal size hand, okay? You can use the really strong, you know, the dark chocolate bars that you can buy for baking. Break those up, throw those in. Tablespoon of peanut butter. A little handful of shredded coconut. If you want to do something like rum, a teaspoon of rum extract. Because I find if you put in regular rum, it would be so much liquid to have that rum flavor to be liquid, it won't make candy. All right? I don't know if anybody likes coffee. Tablespoon of instant coffee. And the coffee dissolves through the mixture. Now, we're gonna make candy. If we were to add a cup of Steve's cane syrup to this, once this cooks at the right temperature, now it won't allow that sugar to recrystallize and it'll stay a sauce. And we can use that on ice cream, cheesecake, pound cake. Bring it in the oven for 5 minutes. Yeah, baby. Take it out, praline sauce over the top. Yes, indeed. Last one I did for some friends, I took pistachios, cashews, and some macadamia nuts, because that's what I happen to have. Crush those up, just chop those really rough, and put that on the top. When the brie came out, praline sauce, and then instead of doing the fruit on the top, I did the nuts on the top, just for a nice little crunch. It gave it a little texture. Now, I know you all can see how this is starting to, see how we're getting to that bloop, 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 where it's not dancing so much anymore. So basically what we're doing, we're liquefying this, and then we're going to take it off the fire and cool it to recrystallize it. So it started off in a crystallized state, now we're going to bring it back to a crystallized state. Now, how many of you have a sweet tooth? Do not make this home alone. You need to call up someone down the street, around the corner. If I don't call you back in 30 minutes, come save me, back doors unlocked. Pralines only stay warm for 5 minutes, and once you eat that warm praline, it's over. Willpower has moved out of the house. You're on the floor in the kitchen with the sugar shakes. You're just, family gets home. Did you get to make pralines today? I didn't have time. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Well, you know, you often do this home alone. And here's the interesting thing. I can make these, and I'm not a big, I try not to eat them, because like once you eat a few, you know, it's like, to me, I like a little savory after something sweet. But some people we know and love. Hello. Y'all always can eat a praline, can't you?